Okay, so far we have discussed about different types of intervals. So today we'll write, in the previous class we had written a set in the form of an interval. Okay, one set kottidru adan interval form ಗೆ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ. Now you have certain intervals, you have to write it in the set form. Okay, you have to write it in the set form. So what is the first question? What is the first question, students? It is minus. So it is open interval. The question is open interval minus 3 comma 0. Okay, open interval minus 3 comma 0. First one I'll do. You have to give me the answer for the second, third and fourth. Okay, so how you will write? You have to include all the elements in between minus 3 and 0. Should we include minus 3 and 0? This is an open interval. So whether we have to include minus 3 and 0? No. Okay, so what you'll write? Write it as x, okay, x such that, okay, x should be in between minus 3 and 0, correct? So minus 3 less than x less than 0. Okay, minus 3 less than x less than 0. So this is how you represent an interval in the set form. Okay, this is how you will represent an interval in the set form. Okay, only this much you have to write. Only thing you have to check what we have at the end, whether it is an open or a closed bracket. If it is an open bracket, you just have to write strictly less than. Okay, open idre strictly less than anta barabeku. Yakant helidre we are not including the end points. Okay, we are not including the end points. So this is how you write the given interval in the set builder form. Now can anyone tell me how to write the second one? How to write the second one? 6 comma 12. 6 comma 12. How to write this one? How to write the second one? Set of all x, correct? Set of all x anta baribeku, correct? So x yavadra madhye irbeku? It should be in between 6 and 12. Sorry, 6 and 12 will write. In between I have to write x. So should, whether I have to include 6 and 12? Should I have to include 6 and 12? Yes. Good, Santhalin. Santhalin has given me the correct answer. Yes, Ganeshwari. Yes, Sharon. Yes. So it is 6 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 12. So this is how you write the closed interval. When you have a closed interval, which means ends points should be included. Good, Kartik. Sorry. The closed interval, when you have a closed interval, the end points should be included. So here the end points are 6 and 12. Okay, here the end points are 6 and 12 and it should be included. So we are writing less than or equal to. Here the end points are 6 and 12. We have a closed interval, which means you have to include the end points. So end points include ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಬರೀತೀರಾ? less than or equal to ಅಂದ್ರೆ x 6 ಕೂಡ ಆಗಬಹುದು, x 12 ಕೂಡ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು. X can be 6, x can be 12 as well. Okay, Ambika, just check your answer. It is not an open interval, it is a closed interval. Okay, it is a closed interval. Fine. Okay, so how to write the third one? Third one, it is open at the first end. Yes, good, Santhalin. Your answer is correct. So, in baribeku 6 matte 12, 6 and 12 are end points. So, write 6 x 12. Okay, look at the 6 side of 6. It is open, correct? It is open interval. When we have open, we have to write less than, which means 6 is not included. X cannot be 6, correct? X cannot be 6. But if you see the end of 12, 12 in end hegide, it is closed interval, correct? When you have closed interval, which means x can be 12 also. Okay, so it should be less than or equal to. Okay, good, Purnima. So this is the answer for the third one. Okay, take fourth one. How to write the answer for the fourth one, students? How to write the answer for the fourth one? Fourth one, it is minus 23 comma 5. Which is the bigger element, minus 23 or 5? Which is the bigger number, minus 23 or 5? Yeah, answer is correct. Which is the bigger one? 5 is the bigger one, correct? So you can see when you're writing the interval, the smaller number is written in at the beginning and the larger number is written at the end. ಆಯ್ತಾ? Small number ಅನ್ನು first ಗೆ ಬರೀತೀವಿ. ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡದಿರುತ್ತೆ that will be written at the end. So it is x such that you can see we have minus 23 and 5. So write x. Now you check the end of minus 23. It is closed interval. Closed, right? When it is closed, you have to write less than or equal to. If you see the end of 5, it is open. So you cannot include 5. What does that mean? X can be 23. Okay, x can be minus 23, but x cannot be 5. It should be in between these two values. X ಯಾವ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು minus 23 ಮತ್ತೆ 5 ನ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಯಾವ values ಕೂಡ ತಗೋಬಹುದು. X minus 23 ಕೂಡ ಆಗಬಹುದು, but x cannot be 5. Okay, but x cannot be 5. So that is what the interval means. Okay. Okay. So there is something called as notation. How to notate, how to denote a interval. Okay, how to denote a interval. So when you have an interval, closed interval. Okay, so when you have a closed interval, students, closed interval means, as I told, it should be a less than or equal to x, less than or equal to b. So number line alli hege represent ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? How you will identify in a number line whether it is a closed interval or not? Okay, suppose you have 1,2. Okay, closed interval 1,2. How to represent it? You have to draw a number line. Okay, draw a number line. Mark the point 1 and 2. Okay, mark the point 1 and 2. Now, how to denote the interval? Just by looking at the number, how you can make out whether it is a closed interval or not. If it is a closed interval, okay, if it is a closed interval, you're at the end points here. What are the end points? 1 and 2 are the end points, correct? 1 ಮತ್ತೆ 2 ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? end points ಗಳಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. So end point ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಹೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಫಿಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಫಿಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಿಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ that means end points should be included. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ end point ಇನ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು closed bracket ಹಾಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅದರ ಅರ್ಥ. So here if I have 1,2 and it is closed interval, correct? It is closed interval. So what should I do? I have to make a circle. Okay, I have to make a circle at 1 and 2. End points are 1 and 2. And I have to shade. ಅದನ್ನು shade ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Shade ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. Okay, when you have shaded circle, shade ಮಾಡಿರುವ circle ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, which means that point is included. Okay, that point is included and you have to dark it. ಇಷ್ಟೇ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ this is nothing but a closed interval 1 and 2. Why it is closed? Because you can see that at the end points, what are the end points? End points are 1 and 2. Okay, and at the end points you can see the circle is a shaded circle. Okay, it is a shaded circle. So when you have shaded circle, which means that points are included. Shaded circle ide anta helidre those points are included, which means it is a closed interval. Okay, which means it is a closed interval. So coming to the open interval, you can see the difference over here. Open interval aguvaga hegide, end points are a and b, circle ide, correct? You can see at the end points there are circle, but the circle is not shaded. Okay, ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಲರ್ ಇಂದ ನಾವು ಶೇಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಶೇಡ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಗಳು ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಓಕೆ, ದೋಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡೆಡ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಎಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓಪನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಆ ಎಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓಪನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. I'll give certain examples. You have to tell me by looking at the number line which point is included and which point is not included. Okay, so if I have okay, so here which point is included, students? In this interval, in this number line, which point is included? 5 is included. So at the end of 5 you have to write closed bracket. Okay, so 3 is, whether 3 is included, whether 3 is included? No. So 3 end ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರಬೇಕು? open interval irbeku. So this is how you identify whether it is a open interval, whether it is a closed interval, whether it is half open or half closed. How you will identify a end point ali circle hegide anta nodbeku. If the circle is shaded, then at that point is included. If it is not shaded, if it is just a circle, then it is not included. Okay, that is what they have told here. So if you have like this is how you represent. Now here, if you see, there is infinite and closed. Okay, there is something called as infinite and closed. So what do you mean by this? So what is this infinite and closed? So idra artha, one of the end, infinite and closed anta helidre, out of 2 points, one of the point will be an infinity. It can be minus infinity or it can be plus infinity. ಆಯ್ತಾ, ಮೈನಸ್ ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿನೂ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿನೂ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ we call it as and if the other point is included, other point b include ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು infinite and closed ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Infinite and open ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ it can be both the infinite and now include ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Why we cannot include infinite ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ನಾವು ಓಪನ್ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಹಾಕಬಹುದು ಅಂತ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿ ಇಸ್ ಸಚ್ ಅ ನಂಬರ್ ವಿಚ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಮೆಜರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? there is no end for a number. Okay, there is no end for a number. That's why when you write infinity, automatically you have to put a open bracket. Infinity plus infinity ಅಥವಾ minus infinity ಹಾಕಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ automatically you have to put a open bracket, because infinity is a number. Infinity is not a number. It is not a number. It is not a definite number. ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಲೈನ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ರಿಯಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದೊಂದು ಇನ್ಫೈನೈಟ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಆದ ಕಾರಣ ಎಂಡ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಎಂತ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಎಂತ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೂ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? we cannot include that point, so we are putting the open bracket. Okay, is this clear, students? Is this clear? Yes. Okay, then there is something called as the length of the interval. There is something called as length of the interval. So now what is length of interval? So length of interval is nothing but, suppose you have an interval. Okay, suppose you have an interval. Next topic is length of a interval. Okay, suppose you have a interval a comma b, or you have a open interval a comma b, or half open interval, or half closed interval. Okay, someone asks you, if yaro obru kelidre what is the length of the interval, what is the length of the interval, then what you have to write, it is nothing but b minus a. Okay, second point in the first point and minus ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, that is your length of the interval. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ವಿಡ್ತ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ, ಓಕೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಅದರ ನಡುವಿನ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, in between ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಇದೆ, that is nothing but the length of a interval. Okay, so what is length of interval? b minus a, ಅಂದ್ರೆ second point minus the first point. Length of a interval is nothing but second point minus first point. Okay, so make note of all these things so that when you come for the next class it will be easier for you to revise. Okay, so can anyone tell me what is the length of this particular interval? Already Angel has given me the answer. What is the, yeah, Soundarya, yes, so it is 5 minus 3, which is 2. Okay, so can anyone tell me what is the length of this interval? Minus 3 comma 2. What is the length of this interval? What is the length of this interval? What did I say? It should be b minus a. Correct? It is b minus a. What is b here? It is 2. Minus. What is a? What is a? A is minus 3. So the length is 2. Minus into minus is? Minus into minus is? Minus into minus? Plus. So 2 plus 3 is? 2 plus 3 is 5. Remember, it is b minus a. B is this point and a is this point. And naduvalliro minus doesn't change. Okay, those who have done mistake, I hope you have got what is the mistake. Okay, so it is 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. So length of interval is nothing but b minus a. Whatever kind of the interval it might be, even if it is closed, open, half closed, half open, any agidru, length of an interval is nothing but b minus a. Okay, all these things we have done. So next topic is power of a set. Okay, so before actually going into power of a set, when we had discussed about subsets, okay students, we had discussed about subsets. If you have a set A, okay, if you have a set A with n elements, andre A alli ಎಷ್ಟು elements ಇದೆ, if it has n elements, okay, if set A has n elements, okay, so then number of subsets, so number of subsets is 2 to the power n. This you have to make a note. I forgot to mention this in the previous class. So if you have a set A, okay, if you have a set A with n elements, if you have a set A with n elements, the number of subsets of A, okay, number of subsets of A is 2 to the power n. Okay, number of subsets of A is 2 to the power n. Suppose if your A has 2 elements, if your A has 2 elements, so then what is the number of subsets possible? What are the number of subsets possible? What is the number of subset possible? According to this, it should be 2 square. So 2 square is 4. 2 square is 4. Okay. So this is how you find how many subsets you have for a given set. Okay. If it is a finite set ಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುವಂತದ್ದು. If it is a finite set with n elements, then the number of subsets is 2 to the power n. Okay, then the number of subsets is 2 to the power n. Make note of the students. Okay, next coming to the power of a set. So what do you mean by power set or power of a set or power set? So what do you mean by power set? So before going into actually the definition, you can see we have power set. So there is something called set also. In the word we have set also. Set anta helidre it should be some collection, correct? Set is nothing but collection. So now what is power set? Power set of A, of a given set. Power set anta helidre ಒಂದು ಸೆಟ್ಟಿನ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನು, okay, if you have a set A, okay, if you have a set A and if you include, okay, if you include all the subsets, if you include all the subsets inside a set, if you include all the subset inside a set, then it is called a power set. Okay, so power set is nothing but the collection of all subsets of a set A. Okay, collection of all subsets of set A. To understand it in a better way, suppose your A is 1, 2. Okay, A is, okay, you just listen to the example carefully. Later you'll understand what is power set actually. Okay, so how many elements A has? How many elements A has? How many elements? It has 2 elements. Okay, so how many number of subsets is possible? What is the number of subsets? What is the number of subsets? 4. Yes, because number of subsets possible is 4. Okay, because it is 2 square is equal to 4. Okay, fine. So now we had made a note. Okay, we had made a note regarding subsets, the 2 obvious subsets. Which are the 2 obvious subsets, student? We had said something regarding subsets. Which are the 2 ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇದು ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ ಆಗಿಯೇ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಯಾವುದೇ ಸೆಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಇವೆರಡು ಅದರದ್ದು ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳೇ. ಸೊ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ದೋಸ್ 2 sets? Do you remember? Let me see who will remember this. Yeah, one is null set. Good, Santalin. One is null set. Null set is subset of every set. Did you remember? Null set is a subset of every set. And the other one is Reena. Good, Reena. It is itself. Yeah, one is void or null set. The other one is set itself. Good, Santalin. Good, Reena. Yes, you know the things. So ಯಾವುದೇ ಸೆಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಅದರ ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಬರೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಎಂಪ್ಟಿ ಸೆಟ್. Okay, this is the representation of empty set, and the other one is the set itself. Okay, the set itself. Now, but what we know that if we consider set A, how many subsets it should have? It should have 4 subsets. Okay, it should have 4 subsets. ನೀವೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು set A ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ, so number of subsets ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರಬೇಕು? 4 ಇರಬೇಕು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಯಾವುದಲ್ಲ? empty set ಮತ್ತೆ ಆ set itself. Now, what are the other 2 subsets? What are the other 2 subsets, students? What are the other 2 subsets? Okay, leave all these things. What is singleton set? What is a singleton set? Do you remember something we had discussed? Singleton set. Singleton set. Singleton set. Set containing one element. Good sample. The set containing one element is called as singleton set. See, I told you, revise ಮಾಡದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, because everything is interrelated. Good afternoon. So singleton set is a set which, good Purnima, set which has only one element. Okay, so now my set A has 2 elements. Which are those 2 elements? 1, 2. So the other 2 subsets are singleton set 1 and singleton set 2. So these are my 4 subsets. Okay, these are my 4 subsets. So which are the 4 subsets of set A? Empty set, the set itself, singleton set containing 1, singleton set containing 2. So if you put all these subsets, okay, if you put all these subsets in a set, ಇದೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಸೆಟ್ಟಿನ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ, that is nothing but power set of A. So that is nothing but power set of A. Okay, those who have confusion, again I'll explain with one more example. Okay, okay, suppose your A has 3 elements, A, B, C. Okay, A has 3 elements. So how many subsets are possible? What are the number of subsets? It is, check properly. If you have A has n elements, then number of subsets is 2 to the power n. Now my A has 3 elements. So how many subsets is possible? Good Purnima, it is 8. It's not 9, it is 8. Good Ambika, it is 8. Okay, now you have understood where you have gone wrong. Okay, A ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ? 3 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. So number of subsets ಯಾವುದು? 2 cube, which is 8. So I need 8 subsets. Okay, I need 8 subsets. So which are the 2 definite subsets? ಎರಡು ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವ ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ? One is empty set. Okay, one is itself. Okay, now if you leave these 2, how many more I have to find? I need in total 8. Okay, 8 subsets ಗಳು ಬೇಕು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 2 subset ಹುಡುಕಿದೆ. Now what are the 6 others? Yes, good Sankali, you have the answer. So one is singleton A, one is singleton B, one is singleton C. ಈಗ ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yes, good Karthik. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I need 3 more subsets ಗಳು ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಈಗ ಏನ್ ಬರ್ದ್ರಿ? ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಎಂಪ್ಟಿ ಸೆಟ್ ಬರ್ದ್ರಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸೆಟ್ A ಬರ್ದ್ರಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದು ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸೆಟ್ ಬರ್ದ್ರಿ. ಇನ್ನೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? 2 ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು ಸೆಟ್ ಬರೀತೀರಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ ಇಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ 2 ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಸೆಟ್ ಬರೆಯುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ A, B, B, C, C, A. Okay, so these are your 8 subsets, and if you put it inside a set bracket, that is nothing but power set of A. Okay, that is nothing but power set of A. Okay, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಹೇಗೆ ಬರೀತೀರಾ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಬರೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಪವರ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಬರೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ದ ಎಂಪ್ಟಿ ಸೆಟ್, ದೆನ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ದ ಸೆಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಮತ್ತೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳದ್ದು ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳದ್ದು ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಡಬಲ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಎರಡೆರಡು ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಾಟ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಇದು ಮುಗಿಸಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ತರದ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಮುಗೀತು ಅಂತ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎ ಬಿ ಆಯ್ತು, ಬಿ ಸಿ ಆಯ್ತು, ಎ ಸಿ ಆಯ್ತು. ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೂರ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಈ ರೀತಿ ನೀವು ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನು ಬರೆಯುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಪುಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ಸ್, ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಸೆಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹಾಕೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪವರ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಪವರ್ ಸೆಟ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಐಲ್ ಡೂ, ಐಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ಯು ಆನ್ question, you just have to write me the power set. This you take it as homework. Okay, ನನಗೆ homework ಬರ್ದು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ನೀವು. Okay, take the homework question so we can understand how many of you have understood. Okay, write the okay, you have the question over here. Okay, I don't, okay, this thing I need, student. Okay, you take this as homework. Write down all the subsets of the following sets. Okay, take a screenshot. Write down all the subsets of the following sets. ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಈಗ ಹೇಗೆ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. You have to give me the answer when you come for the next class. Okay, fine. Have you taken the screenshot, students? Okay, fine. Okay, 4 questions you have, only 4 questions. You have to come, you have to give me the answer on Thursday. Okay, so hardly you have 4 questions. Today is Tuesday, you have one more day to work it out. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, suppose you have a set A. This is something you have to make a note. Okay, suppose you have a set A with m elements. Okay, set A with m elements. The number of elements in power set. Okay, number of element in power set. Okay, number of element in power set is nothing but that is n of p of A. When we have to find number of, we write it as n of, here since it is a power set ಹೇಗೆ represent ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, we are writing it as p of A. So number of elements in power set is nothing but 2 to the power m. Set A ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ ಅದರ 2 to the power ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ those many elements will be in the power set. Make a note of this, students. Okay, okay, so this is something you should know, that is universal set. Okay, so what do you mean by universal set? Can anyone tell me what do you mean by universal set? You can go through the definition and understand, or whatever you know. What might be the universal set? In both universal set andre what will be an universal set? You can explain it through an example also. What might set of all like subsets and power set? No, not that. Universal set. Okay, I'll give you an example. Let me see after seeing the example whether you can understand or not. Okay, suppose I have set A is equal to 1 2 3. Okay, this is my set A. I'll write my universal set as 1 2 3 4 and it goes on. So this is my universal set for set A. So what is the universal set? So what do you mean by universal set? Read the definition on the screen also. A set containing, what is universal set? All the elements of a problem under consideration. It has no end. No, that is not the universal set. I can write my universal. This is one universal set for set A. Okay, this is one universal set. I can write my universal set as this also. Even this is my universal set for set A. Even this is the universal set for set A. Then what is universal set? What is universal set? Okay, if you have set A is some other set B is equal to A, E, I, O, U. Okay, set B is equal to. I'll write my universal set as set of alphabets. What is there in both? Same in both. Yeah, what is same in both? So if you consider B, all elements or object which are other sets are subsets. I'm not talking about subsets. I'm asking about universal set. Set under consideration. A belongs to you. A belongs to you, or A is a subset of you? Okay, think about this, students. You have to give me the definition when you come to the next class. Okay, which contains all the elements. Good sound there. Which contains all the elements. A nota idira A alli. How many elements you have? 3 elements. Correct. I can write this as my universal set, or I can write the second one as also my universal set. Which means A alliruva ella element yava dodda set olagade irutte, that you can call it as universal set. This is a simple definition. Okay, think about it. We'll continue it in the next class. Till then, do your homework and come back. Okay.